Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament 26 of Omega. We are currently in the era of Upper Limit. The fight for the Upper Limit continues in OMEGA3. My name is Caleb Coldcloud. I will be your host for this evening. Last week, Jackson Erdos did a thing. He did a thingy. He became our first finalist of this era. First to attempt the brand new final stage, new stage 8. We're going to be seeing him with the stage 8 nameplate soon. What that also means is that the jackpot grows even higher. $1,280,000. And by next week, it'll be, within a few weeks' time, it'll be the highest jackpot we've ever had on Omega. And our first multi-million-dollar jackpot. The jackpot's never hit $2 million, but it's gonna in a few weeks' time. So you don't have the content in the next 2 weeks. But in the meantime, it's time to kick off this exciting tournament of Omega-3. Let me get the intros ready so we can kick this freaking thing off. Alright, here we go. We got 100 contestants trying to reach the upper limit. Will it happen tonight? I mean, hopefully not, because I want this era to last a little bit longer than freaking 4 tournaments. But we'll have to see. Long story short, in the aftermath of OMEGA2, a new universe was discovered. So for stage 1, we go back to where it all began, or at least stage 1 is Ruins of Arcadia. It consists of 7 obstacles, and it is a basic speed stage. It used to be Keys to the Kingdom, but apparently it doesn't work. It breaks the leader. First, kind of a fitting way to kick this course off is around the world. From the WNL, athletes run across a long series of angled step side curve style before jumping out to a very low-hanging ring, pulling up to avoid touching down below them and swinging to safety. Rocket launcher from Proto Sasuke. Inspired by the Kids and Mature Kids version of Monster Swing, 2 rocket molds attached to long preloaded swinging arms. Candy Cane Rush folds up from Australian Ninja Warrior. Competitors ride an angled board with handholds down a slider track, then time their shade to a second. Once we get to the middle stage, you'll face acceleration path. Competitors jump off a forward-moving treadmill to a rope swing, similar to Ejector, but smaller and with a slower treadmill. So Ejector, but easier. Kicking off the back half is Dipper Pendulum from Proto Sasuke. Combination of the Big Dipper and Double Pendulum. Competitors ride a bar down a curved track and use their momentum to jump to a sandbag on a pendulum. Penultimate obstacle of the stage, the Icarus Glider. Competitors build up momentum on the start platform and jump to a ring, use their momentum to move the ring up to a slightly ascending track, then turning their dismount to a balanced landing. And finally, Alcatraz Escape from Muso. 3 walls. The first you go over, the second you go through with a tiny little gap near the top, and the third you go over with a metal bar near the top. Time limit of 105 seconds. Top 75 advance, bottom 25 are out. In this particular tournament, we have 21 chatters, probably close to the all-time record, 9 women, 9 debutantes. How many of them, if any, will reach the back half of the course and have a shot to reach the upper limit? That was timed nearly perfectly with the music. We're going to kick this thing off right now. Omega 26 starts with Benjamin Grams. This is his first attempt in Omega 3. He had 1 attempt in Omega 1. He had 1 in Omega 2 at the start of that godforsaken era. And now he gets his first shot at upper limit. Benjamin Grams. Saving on AE, and he's our first clear. With 23 seconds left. That's interesting. Leaderboard on the top right mean anything? Yes. it was like that because we didn't have any because it just shows the runs from the previous. First of the debutantes, Claudia Maxim. Ooh, 17:20 on the clock. Might need to buff this stage actually. Katie Bone. Or for a new personal best, she just gotta beat Candy Cane Rush. Surely, get that part right. Actually clears. All right.
You're not even like 3 runs in, and you're already thinking of buffing the stage.
No, because like look at the times that they're clearing with.
Oh my god, 20
How do I
plus.
believe that, man? Like, cutting off the time, man, you like 15 seconds.
Yeah. And it's gonna be even more ridiculous, but this is just the first few runs. And all of them but one, they've all had at least 15 seconds left. Grant McCartney, another debutant, flight attendant. First fail on the rocket launcher. First of the Chatters. Has been here since tournament 18. It's his 4th appearance, his first on OMEGA3. It is Curtis Trad. Never mind. First fail in Around the World, not where he wanted. Savannah Deschamps making her big return. She's out on Candy Cane Rush. Yeah, I was mainly by buffing the stage. I was thinking of buffing the top because we're a few runs in. Nearly everyone's in over 20 seconds left. Daniel Mason making his first attempt on OMEGA3. Has been here since tournament 21. He just missed the tournament where Caleb Bergstrom did the impossible and beat the Phoenix. Daniel Mason currently in 3rd. Aiden Wood, his 4th appearance. Gets in the 3rd as well. Another debutant, Ryan McGuire, hailing from the United States, save on CCR, just getting into the top 5. Making a big return. You haven't seen this dude. He did have a 10 tournament absence. Jordan Coward. Never mind. Not a good start for the Chatters. Ooh, can't catch breaking. Levia Vivian trying to get back to the back half of the course. It'll be the first time since tournament 23. She does fail on DP.
You gotta be kidding me.
Olivia Vivian failing on Dipper Pendulum. She is 7th out of 11. Not what you want to be, especially as early.
So we could see her move on if she got there fast enough.
Could. Kenzie Hughes. She clears. She had a 12 tournament absence. This is her 3rd appearance. First on OMEGA3. Sean Arms making his first appearance on OMEGA3. Saving on Around the World and also failing on Dipper Pendulum. Is he ahead of Vivian? Yes. Just ahead of Vivian. 1 spot. Ooh, we have a competitor hailing from Norway. I think we have multiple of them, actually. Sebastian Iversen.
He's actually from Denmark. But we do have a Norwegian competitor coming up. Let me check.
Yeah, we do have a Norwegian competitor coming up with about one of the longest names I've ever seen in the industry.
Wait, what, Alex?
Who the hell is this?
I think he's from the Dubai game.
Sebastian Iversen. Well, hello. I need to fix this.
Anyways, I have a list of Dubai Games competitors.
Let me fix this. Because my version of OBS does not have a pause button for some reason.
Yeah, Sebastian Iversen is from Denmark and the Dubai Games. So yeah.
Okay, that is completely cut out. And I apologize in advance for any visual errors or mispronounced names they might see and or hear throughout this podcast.
But anyway, I wanted to pop in and let you know the 9:30 NML match got postponed, so you have the rest of the night.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
That was it. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Ping me if there's a final.
Okay. Anyway, Alex Cunningham, everybody. Sebastian Iversen. Never mind. Candy Cane Rush after save on rocket launch. Here we go. She was absent last week. Casey DeViti. What did he? Never mind. I didn't even get the chance to finish half of that sentence. She's one of the only chatters to reach stage 6 in Omega's history. Oof, tough break for the chatters early on. Jason Barons. Seen him in a while. Also failing on Around the World. I think we did see him on A&W recently.
Yeah, we saw him. He cleared.
That's good. Michael Sherman. Third time be the charm. No, it will not. Dipper Pendulum. Only 9th out of 17. Olivia Vivian is now in the top, out of the bottom 5 for the moment. There are 25 eliminations though, so staying out of the bottom 5 might not be good enough. Shutsu Uchimiya. Ooh, he takes the lead by just under 2 seconds. Benjamin. Ooh, wrong. Never mind. Eshed Otsman. Ooh. Relative of the inaugural last man standing in Omega. Oh, he saves on the first rocket launcher and fails on the second. Ooh. Here's a name we haven't seen in a minute. William Marquez. He's had an 11 tournament absence. We finally break the fail streak on Around the World for the chatters. He will, but he fails on acceleration path. 1.4. The best the chatters have done so far. Ron Talik. Also failing on rocket launcher.
Ooh.
The man who is one of the most consistent competitors in AEW's history, even if only for the fact that he's consistently broken the hearts of millions in this age. The Weatherman, Joe Moravsky. Not on Omega, though. Takes the lead, actually. Break for the chatters. That's definitely better than Zach Stoles, meanwhile. 10 tournament absence. Just out of the top 5. Definitely got above that time limit. Here we go. Abby Clark. Haven't seen her in a minute. She just gets in the top 5. And I believe we saw this dude on AEW as well. Which is incredible. The Faux Dragon, Kane Casillas.
The Hurricane!
And he clears!
The Hurricane!
Kane! In the middle of the pack! The Faux Dragon came to play. His first appearance since a few weeks. The first tournament of this era is tournament 4 of OMEGA3, but it is tournament 26 overall. But Kane, he might be going to stage 2 finally. Again, he'll round out the first quarter of the roster. Will Slagata. I've seen this dude since tournament 11. It is his second appearance, and he clears getting into the top 3. Oh boy. These runs are going to get even more crazy. Evan White. Trying to get back to the back half, of course. Oh! Save on AE, and he goes in the second by around just under half a second. Just over half a second. Sorry. Dave Kavanaugh. 6th appearance on Omega. Saving on ATW. He takes third from Shutsu Uchimiya. We have a debutant, and he's an athlete. Yuta Watanabe, a badminton player. How he fare on Omega? Not well at all. Around the World takes out the badminton player. We're going to lose a lot of debutants early on. A lot of chat. We have 21. Which is, I believe, at least close to the record. Just first attempt on OMEGA3 does not go well for him. Rocket launcher takes him out of the equation early on. Colton Scooster. We saw this dude on AEW as well. Oh, around the world again. That might be the killer of the stage for all we know. Oh, jeez. Wow. I'm about to butcher this name. I apologize in advance. Tomi Kvakstad Nordvan. Not the longest name I've ever seen in Ninja Machine. It's not definitely up there. Sole rep of Norway. I'll be fair on Omega. Oh, okay. He gets to the back half of ROA. Getting to Dipper Pendulum. Just in the top 20 out of 32. Not the spot where you want to be, but 25 because yeah, there's 25 eliminations. So I'm in 32 runs. Karim El Azazi. He saves on DP and gets just outside of the top 10. Is he from the United States? I need to make sure.
Oh, he's German.
Germany.
He's German.
Yeah, that's two.
Well, technically, he was.
flags.
Well, he was born in Egypt before moving to Germany.
Yeah, again, that's completely bad. Okay. Oh, I mean, they're fixed now, so that's great. I think we caught it early on. By the way, Radium and Topaz. There you go. Appreciate you guys' help. Former all-time record holder for chatters, Jack Andrews. He set his record all the way back in Omega 1. How'll they fare tonight? Dipper Pendulum. Ooh, 20th out of 34. But, you know it's okay. He does not bode well for another chatter, Jeffrey Ritchie. He was absent last week. Tonight, I need to put his personal best. Last appearance was in 2023. Okay, 1.1. Man, well, he's got a new personal best now because he did just beat Arcadia, Ruins of Arcadia. I'm so used to calling it Arcadia Resort because that's what it was in Omega 1.
My God.
I'm all over the place. I'm always all over the place during this freaking broadcast. It's ridiculous. Mike Balalakazar. Ooh, making his first attempt in Omega 3, just in the top 10. Not too bad. Ooh, Charles Bouzad. Trying to get back to stage 2. He definitely will. Saving on IG. Getting into just outside the top 5. Crazy. 800K, I mean, not. it is a bit different.
No, I'm pretty sure the jackpot screen, it went from 1.6 million to 2.0 million. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a bit different this time. It grows exponentially.
Okay.
Drew Becker, your inaugural semifinalist in Omega's history. First man to attempt Rainbow Road all the way back in Tournament 2. Clears getting into the top 5. Here's a big name. K-Rod, Kevin Rodriguez. First time seeing Stage 6 nameplate tonight. And he takes the lead from the Weatherman by 2,700. Just over a quarter of a second. Whoa, these athletes. It's crazy what they can do. Speaking of which, Ethan Gardielski, I believe he also did well on ANW recently.
Yeah, he cleared.
He cleared.
Yeah, he cleared.
He did clear a course along with
Philip Scott.
Philip Scott, which, by the way, holy crap. Big ups to the chatters on AEW, by the way. They're popping off right now. Ethan Gardielski, how's he fare on Omega? Dipper Pendulum. As you guys may know, Omega is a bit different from AEW.
I think you mean like 5 stages more.
Here we go. Here's a big name. Former last man standing. In his 23rd appearance, 4 times semifinalist, sorry, Snior Samiach. And he gets in the top 5. Around half second behind Dave Gabinas. Caden Madzellin. their first appearance since Tournament 3. They missed more than half of OMEGA 1 and all of OMEGA 2. How will they fare on OMEGA 3? They have beaten Stage 5 once, but that was Forsaken Satellite. This is a whole new can of worms. Different pending. Who saw that coming? Okay, so Around the World or Different pending. Which one do you think is going to be the linchpin of this stage? What now? Or in chat? Well, it's not being live streamed. It's not being live streamed. I should live stream these tournaments in the future. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. I don't know why I never thought of that. Ben Barons. Meanwhile, ooh, just in the top 10. Shy of 24 seconds left. Ooh, former last woman standing, Isabella Folsom. Saving on Rocket Launcher and on IG, getting into 7th. One of the strongest women ninjas in the world. Cheyenne Raya, meanwhile, making his 9th appearance. Not the way you want. IG. Maybe it's gonna be close. Because he's 25 out of 45. So he's gonna need at least 5 people to do worse than him in order for him to rank himself. The Beast, James McGrath, in his 21st appearance on Omega. And he's out on ATW.
21. Oh my.
Whoa. What?
21 appearances and then fell on first thing.
The first option. I mean, hey, it's happened to freaking. It's happened to Caleb
Bergstrom and Emmanuel League.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Will the champion's curse continue? Or will it reappear? I mean, if it did, it would have to happen to Jackson Erdos. He's not a champion, but he is our number 100. Not seeing Ben Medjani. His 4th appearance. Ah! Rough go on Rocket Launcher. That is a debut hole. Razor Smith. Yeah, hailing from Australia, Razor Smith. Does he fare? Oh my god, he clears! Wow! Razor Smith popping off early on in this stage. Meanwhile, Donovan Montoya, former Last Chatter standing, former Chatter's champion. And save on DP, just getting into the top 10. He was absent last week, rounding out the first half of the roster, Alvin Tang Chung Kwang, sole rep of Singapore, if I recall correctly.
Yes,
yeah,
Singapore.
He clears!
Yeah.
Alvin Tan has a new personal best. Will he be good enough to move on, though? It's going to be close. He's 26 out of 50. He needs one person to do worse than him. Best debutant from last week, Chris Diganji. Saving on DP, and he gets to stage 2. Here we go. Here's our first semifinalist running tonight in his 23rd appearance on Omega. Only missed a few tournaments. President of the JPA, Jun Sato. And he easily takes the lead after save on CCR. Taking the lead by, oh my god, nearly 3 whole seconds. Jesus. Jun Sato is pretty quick. And I know for a fact that this dude has not only, has not just, his last appearance was not in Omega 2. Yeah, multiple visual errors. It was tournament 22. Believe it or not, this is his first attempt in Omega 3 then. It's Jackson Twain. And if I recall correctly, he got fairly far into AEW's 3rd stage last season.
Yeah, he reached pizza party.
But not this time, around the world. takes out the stage 3 runner in AEW. A very early exit. Oof. Meister Nina. He clears. Goes save on rocket launcher. And this man just got a buzzer in AEW recently. Mr. Muxo, Philip Scott, former LCS Shatters champion, just outside of the top 20. Probably good enough to move on. Yeah, definitely good. Just gotta be out of the bottom 25 list. Hans Hertz, trying to get to the back half of stage of this course, this particular course. Sending OMEGA³, he's never done it here. He might not do it at all tonight. Acceleration path takes him out early on. Ashland. Shingo of Sasuke Prime. He also fails on Dipper Pendulum.
Oh.
After the idol. Hayate Kajihara, one of the most successful competitors in Sasuke Prime.
Oh.
Short left. He gets in the top 5. Dang. And for an idol, that is impressive. I believe that is a 34 hundredth of a second difference between him and Evan White's time on the lead. Renee Castle, the circus artist, Sasuke finalist, Ninja Warrior Germany champion, is out on Dipper Pendulum. 2-time semifinalist in Omega. And don't mind the name, it's G-Render. He gets a new personal best and goes all the way to Nicholas Clay.
Nice.
Finally getting to the back half of this stage. After last week, 2-time AEW champion, his 14th appearance on Omega, Daniel Gill. The Kingdom Ninja, just outside of the top 5. A save on the Round of the World and a save on Rocket Launcher. Rough go on the early portion of the stage. But hey, clears are clear. Luke Dillon will the 3rd time be the charm for this man. Nope, Dipper Pendulum. Ace of the Black Tigers, Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. And he fails on Rocket Launcher.
Oh, the second thing, second obstacle.
Wow. You gotta feel that. Black Tiger is watching with shock right now. Clement Gravier, former Omega finalist, 3-time finalist, 2-time champion of Ninja Warrior France. And he takes the lead from Jun Sato by just under a full second. Joe Moravsky is about to be out in the top 5. We're going to start seeing eliminations in a few minutes. Billy Dixon trying to get past
him. It's him.
Ooh. Billy Dixon, come on, dude. Oh, he might be moving on. He does get it clear.
Yeah, he's moving on.
Finally.
Yo, Billy Biggs.
Billy Dixon. Finally, dude. Caden Lepsack. Almost Omega finalist. At one point in Omega 1. Ellie Farrell on Omega 3. Dipper Pendulum. Takes out Caden Lepsack. Another early exit. A very strong competitor. That's good enough. Is that good enough to move on? 38 out of...
Oh, I think he's sitting in 38. Oh, yeah, it's good enough to move on. Yeah,
yep,
40.
Yeah, definitely. Like 72. 72nd at most.
Making his first attempt in Omega 3, the sole rep of Switzerland, Joel Matley. Dipper Pendulum. Ooh. Making a second attempt in Omega 3, 4-time semi-finalist, Yuri Proknin, sole rep of Russia. Getting into the top 5, the top 3 in fact, putting Joe Moravsky nearly out of the top 5. He does it by around a half a second over K-Rock. Another debutant with number 69.
My gosh.
The funny number.
Nice. I said nice.
Nice.
Obligatory. Nice.
Nice.
David Futuron. Candy Cane Rush. Saving on the first board, failing on the second. 54th out of 69. Only 14 lower. Not great. Bo Lewis, meanwhile, get that to stage 3. Absent last week. Saving on AE. Getting into 33rd, definitely good enough to move on. Cody Benaway making his first attempt on OMEGA3. And the fight for the upper limit begins for Cody Benaway with a top 10 worthy run. Just shy of 26 seconds left. And I know for a fact that this dude is not from the United States.
Oh, I think he is from the
He
United
is from the
States.
United States, never mind.
Yeah, he's just of Vietnamese descent or just immigrated there.
Ah. Nam Van.
Let
Wait, what were you gonna say? Sorry, I keep cutting you guys off.
I was like, let me see. Yeah, it's US.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
And making his second appearance, he missed all of OMEGA2. Nam Fan making his first attempt in OMEGA3, a second in OMEGA overall. Prepare on this new course around the world. I was wondering when we're going to start seeing these. Another debutant, Alex Matthews. Candy Cane Rush. Takes the firefighter out of it. Here we go. Two-time semifinalist. Former two-time last man standing. Gavin Obi. Of course, he clears getting into the top 3.
Does that knock Joe Moravsky off the
That
top 5?
knocks Joe Moravsky off the top 5.
Oh.
So close. Former Chatters champion, Fabian Scheitner. Who will save on EE and gets in the top 25. Definitely going to move on. We're going to see our first elimination, and the man to make it so is Tommy Matthews. Former semi-finalist, believe it or not, in OMEGA2. The last 2 tournaments of that era. Making his 7th appearance on OMEGA. He clears and eliminates Nam Fan. We're going to see Jackson Twait, James McGrath, Colin Schuster, Yuta Watanabe, and Jason Behrens. Next 5 to be eliminated. Ishay Halfin. Next, Michael Sherman's guaranteed to move on. Competitor Climber fan. Just out of the top 10. Makes Twait. Puts McGrath on the bubble. Move on to former finalist Asa Lashesa Reynolds, one of the only men to reach the one-time section of Bifrost last year. That's in the 3rd, eliminates James McGrath, the Beast. It's the first of the Chatters to be eliminated. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Folsoms, starting with Phil. And he takes the lead from Gravier by over a second. Then Schuster. It's Watanabe on the bubble. We move on to Kai Diol, who was not our Chatters champion this week. Because our Chatters champion last week was in the top 10. He's running later. In the meantime, though, Kai Diol, saving on the round the world, getting into 7th. Eliminating Watanabe. Bring us down to 8 debutants, down to 20 Chatters. Jason Behrens eliminated next. Another debutant, Gil Morantz, showed up on Sasuke, finally making his first appearance on Omega.
This long for him to compete?
20.
Yeah, I will say prior to this tournament, he didn't exactly have to pop his stats, but now I made it, and now he has to pop his stats.
There. And it shows 17th place out of 81. Nothing to scoff at. Eliminates Jason Behrens, puts Casey DeViti on the bubble. Moves on now to the salesman, Yuji Urushihara. And he fails on Dipper Pendulum. Hold on.
Oh my god.
That.
Yuji.
He's guaranteed to move on, though. Oh, he is going to be freaking. He's going to be P74. Casey DeViti's out of it. We're down to less than 20 chatters, 19 chatters, and 8 women. Jordan Cowart is on the bubble, another debutant about to be eliminated.
Old man Kane Kasugi.
We saw the faux dragon running earlier. We're about to see a real dragon. The American dragon. Kane Koski, the catalyst of the All-Stars. And wow, look at that time. By far the worst time so far. But, I mean, hey. Good enough to move on. I think, yes. Eliminates Jordan Cowart, putting us down to 18 chatters. We're about to lose another one in a bit. Curtis Strand on the bubble. Brett Hans may be the man to make it so. First attempt on OMEGA3, just out of the top 20, eliminates Tran. Down to 17 chatters. Jean-Lucas Schmidt, another chatter on the bubble. And who may be about to cut his run short tonight. Matthias Neurel. Will save on DP. Getting into 8th, eliminating Jean-Lucas Schmidt. And it's down to 16 chatters. Started with 21, we've already lost 5. Making his second appearance, first on in this era. Charlie Ball may be about to eliminate another woman, Angelique. He will. 13th, by the way, saving on acceleration path, eliminating Moran Zalik, putting us down to 7 women. Moving on to Xavier Dancer. I need to get his new personal best because his last appearance was in tournament 24. He got to 5.4. And the BGM's looping again. Oh my god, this is big. Xavier Dancer. Running next. Failing on Dipper Pendulum. Eliminates Grant McCartney. Puts Eshad Otzman on the bubble. Good enough to move on, though. Leon Sharif. Meanwhile, his 20th appearance, getting into the top 3 after multiple saves on DP and AE. Eliminates Eshad Otzman with Ben Majani on the bubble. Last of the Folsoms tonight, Sam Folsom. And he takes the lead by exactly 7/10 of a second. In his...
Yuji's a... Oh wait, Yuji... Oh, I thought Yuji got eliminated. Oh, no, but he's...
Yuji's guaranteed to move on. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto is about to be eliminated.
Oh, gosh.
This early is crazy. I mean, these rosters, with how stacked these rosters are, we're bound to lose somebody very early. Some big names. Ben Majani's out of it. Yoshi's on the bubble. Here comes the technician. Tyler Smith, 3-time finalist, 5-time semi-finalist, and he gets into the top 5, eliminates Yoshi. Infosen on the bubble. We're about to lose another debutant. The Papal Ninja, Sean Bryan, Proto Sasuke champion. Eliminates Iverson. Getting us down to 7 debutants.
Wait, I think it glitched. It's showing Yuji.
No, Yuji's
Every
still
time.
guaranteed to move on.
It's guaranteed
Yeah.
to move on.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that's how that. Yeah, it's just a glitch. Visual error, nothing to worry about.
Okay.
No, it's just he's just been guaranteed to move on because I don't think anybody's done.
Yeah,
worse.
but shouldn't it also... Shouldn't it... I'm like, shouldn't it also show, like, the most recent one that became safe? Or whatever, because... I don't know.
I don't think anybody's done worse than him. Kai Beckstrand, former AEW finalist, 3-time semi-finalist, his 18th appearance. Maybe about to eliminate David Futuron. He does. I believe that's down to 6 debutants. Futuron was a debutant, if I recall correctly. Alex Matthews on the level. Let me check. Futuron. Yes, he was. Alex Matthews was
So
also...
far, we have 3 Americans in the top 5, and we have like 3 Americans in the bottom 5 of the top 75. Wow.
That's cool. Here's this man might be one of the best to ever do it. 2-time A&W champion. He's a multi-millionaire from A&W alone. And if I had a dime every time the commentator said that mentioned his cerebral palsy, I would be rich. Anyway, Vance Walker. Getting into the top 5, eliminating Alex Matthews, putting us down to 5 debutants. Savannah Deschamps is on the bubble, usually still safe. Kyle Soderman, just out of the top 20, eliminating Savannah Deschamps, putting us down to 6 women. Putting William Marquez on the bubble. And here's a big name. The 3rd woman to become a semifinalist in Omega. It was Riley Porter, Olivia Vivian, and this woman, Taylor Green. Just in the top 25, eliminating Marquez, down to 15 chatters. Hans Hertz on the bubble. Star Yamagata, Tatsuya Tada. Getting into the top 10, eliminating Hertz. Matley's on the bubble. Here comes the champ. Whether you talk about A&W or Omega, he's done it all. Baby Bergie, Caleb Bergstrom. Of course, in the top 3, eliminating Matley. Putting TKN on the bubble. TKN. Usually still safe. Josiah Pipel in his 20th appearance on Omega. Just outside the top 10. TKN is out of it. 4 debutants left. Jack Andrews on the bubble. Move on to Max Feinberg. Farthest run in stage 7, other than next runner for obvious reasons. Former semifinalist, how it would fare tonight. Dipper Pendulum, good enough to stay alive, but he will eliminate Jack Andrews. Putting us down to 14 chapters. And here we go. Stage 8 nameplate for Omega 3. Themed around the new final stage, the 3rd Impact. This man, currently the only one to ever attempt it, for obvious reasons. Former NSC champion, 5-time semifinalist, and 1-time finalist. Will the champion's curse continue for Jackson Erdos? Will not. Getting into 5th eliminated.
Watch him fail first stage.
No. Nope. Champion's curse not gonna get this man. Let's go to the clear overview.
And with that, he knocks out. I forgot who was in 75th
He knocks
place.
out
Hayden
Hayden Madzellen. Damn.
Jack Andrews just misses out.
Yeah.
He's-
Jack Andrews just misses out. That's actually depressing. Let's look at the clear overview, folks. Still got a lot of big names left. Alright, how many women left? We got 6 women, we got 4 debutants, we got 14 shatters. Killer of the stage was Dipper Pendulum by a factor of 6. Like, if you combine the kill counts of the first 2 obstacles, you get the kill count of DP. It's crazy. We got 6 women left. Claudia Maxim, Katie Bone, Olivia Vivian, Kenzie Hughes, Abby Clark, Isabella Folsom. I may have missed one. No, wait. Yep. Taylor Green. We're actually up to 7. 7 women left. How many debutants? Claudia Maxim was one of them. Ryan McGuire is still in it. That's the weakness at 2. Iverson, I think.
Yeah, he's out.
He's out of it. Watanabe's out of it. DKN is out of it. Fraser Smith, yes, he's in it. That's 3. Futuron at number 69, he's out. Matthews is out of it. And Gil Morantz, yes, he's still in. But he goes up to 4. Shatters. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Moravsky. Casillas moving on. We got Richie. Gardilski. We got Raya moving on. Toyer moving on. Alvin Tang Chong Kwong. Philip Scott. We got D-Render moving on. We got Billy Dixon finally moving on. Bo Lewis. Scheitner moving on. We got Kai Giol and Sean Bryan. It goes up to 14 shatters, 7 women, 4 debutants left. One of those 4 is going to be your best debutant, and they will be played at number 51 at next week's tournament. So, let me just do the check marks. Maxim's in it. Where's in it? Iverson out. Watanabe's out. TKN is out. Smith is in. Futuron is out. Matthews is out. And Morantz is in. 4 debutants. Oh boy. One of those 4 is gonna be your best debutant. We're gonna move on to stage 2 in mere moments. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Alright. In this parallel universe, there are certain places that are similar but not identical to the ones we remember, including a revamp of certain tests of the brain. Stage 2 is Mandromaze Mark II. It consists of 7 obstacles and has a time limit of 434 seconds. You'll see why in a minute. Glass Maze kicks things off. Self-explanatory, really. Built for Glass Maze. Completely intangible. So you gotta feel your way through. You must then run to... Nope. Go straight to the first split decision between Rope Labyrinth, an easier version of Rope Maze with a zip line. The rope is on a zip line, so it makes it significantly easier to traverse. Or Alphabet Toilet. What is 2 after C? E. Essentially what that is. Run 0.2 miles to another split decision between Pull Maze, self-explanatory from Sasuke, or Tactical Toilet. 2-digit subtraction equation. Run another 0.2 miles to Hawkeye Road. Remember the Hawkeye from Viking? Now there's 3 of them, with a rope climb after each one, and progressively larger cylinders. More letters you have to look through to find the one number. Another 0.2 miles you must run to go to get to another split decision between the Peg Maze from Cunningham's Cookout Classic or Memory Tower from Ninja Warrior Friends. Power Tower, but with booby traps. You gotta memorize where the booby traps are or risk getting EQ'd, as I always say, that would suck. Then, I believe you run... Nope. No more 0.2 mile running, any of that. To the Spider Maze from Muso. Jumping spider, short spider climb, spider drop, then a zigzag climb, then you must open 2 heavy doors reminiscent of the spider trap. And finally, Pythagoras. You're on a conveyor belt. There are 8 gates in front of you. For each one you must correctly answer a 2-digit addition or subtraction equation. If you somehow hit the buzzer, I believe you're going to win $50,000. Top 55 advance, bottom 20 are out. 20 eliminations this time around. So let's kick off stage 2 with our first runner. Once again, our number 1 seed, Benjamin Grams. Not Jackson Erdos. He's going to run way later. Benjamin Grams. How will he fare on Mandrill Maze Mark II? Timing out on Pythagoras. And for the first runner, that is impressive. Claudia Maxim. How does she fare on a mental base stage? Timing out on the spider wall. Or the spider maze. Katie Bone. Ready next? Hawkeye Road. Cannot take a single one of these obstacles for granted. They will come back to bite you. We've seen it so many times across 26 weeks that I posted this thing. Daniel Mason ready next. Coming out on the spider maze. Let me get the clear BGM just in case somehow somebody clears this freaking thing. I mean, I imagine somebody clears are gonna be few and far between. Will it be 8?
It could be under Frenchman.
Huh?
Under Frenchman, because we've been seeing some French clears.
Oh, before that, you are so right. Between freaking Matthias Noirel and Clément Gravier. I mean, it could. Either one of them could. It could be someone completely different for all we know. It could be Aiden Wood. It will not. Hawkeye Road putting him into 5th out of 5. Not the spot where we want to be in. Debutant on stage 2, Ryan McGuire. Ooh, failing on the spider maze, not even timing out. Moving on to Olivia Vivian. Her 16th appearance. Ooh, oh! Failing on the spider maze, the zigzag climb. Take Kenzie Hughes. A lot of the women running earlier on. That's not on me. That's on Ninja Machine. These rosters are determined for the most part at random. Sean Arms making it to stage 2. And his first attempt on OMEGA³ at a very young age. That is impressive. And oh wow! Even more impressively, he takes the lead from Benjamin Grams, getting to gate 3 of Pythagoras. Yeesh. These young competitors, crazy what they can do. They are not to be underestimated. We saw it with Oliver Lutman all those weeks ago, on multiple occasions. Former semifinalists. But my God, Sean Arms can play. Michael Sherman, meanwhile, also reaching Pythagoras. Shutsu Uchimiya, first time attempting Mandrill Maze Mark II, also failing on the spider maze. Shed, nope, never mind. We're skipping a few people to the weatherman, Joe Moravsky. Oh, he times out on the spider trap 7 of the spider maze. Zach Stoles in his 10th appearance, also on the spider maze. We're going to be seeing a lot of fails there. Abby Clark, their 4th appearance, believe it or not, also on the spider maze. It's like the Black Widow and Sasuke Prime all over. Ridiculous. Oh boy, the Faux Dragon, in order for a new personal best, he's just got to beat Hawkeye Road, the Hurricane Casillas. And he will not pull that off. He's again failing on Hawkeye Road. That is actually tragic. Will Schlageter. Maybe. Oh, wow. His 2nd appearance on Omega. Getting all the way to near the back half of Pythagoras. Gate 4 stop to finish tracks. He takes the lead from Sean Arms. These guys are going nuts right now. Evan White. Into the back half of the course. He gets to gate 4. Apparently not as quickly as Schlageter did. Save on gate 2 as well. Dave Kavanaugh. Ooh. Coming out on the run to gate 3. Now with a fixed nameplate, Kareem El Azazi. Ooh. One of the first few fails on Hawkeye Road. Jeffrey Ritchie, he's got a new personal best for sure. How's he going to fare on Mandrill Maze Mark II? fail on Hawkeye Road, but hey, 2.4 is nothing to scoff at for a chatter. But Lalgazar, though. Ooh, hold on. Save on Hawkeye Road, he went for a memory tower. By the way, he didn't have as much time on Pythagoras. He reached it. Here we go. I almost digested this, man. In his 15th appearance, Charles Pujad. Here come the French. Hawkeye Road, though. Whoa. Stops him early on. That is rough. Strubecker. Ooh. Getting to Pythagoras as well. K-Rock. Ooh, also getting to 8-4. Gardziolski. Hawkeye Road again. So tough. These obstacles are so tough. Samyach. Already got a new personal best for sure. He clears! Whoa! Where did that come from? Senor Samyach.
The
Wow!
first clear of the stage.
Senor Samyach in his first attempt on Manjo Maze Mark II. He literally just sight read the entirety of the stage. $50,000 richer. That is actually incredible. Seldom do we see something like that. Much less on your first attempt. That is actually insanely impressive. Ben Barons, how the hell do you respond to that? Hawkeye Road.
Damn.
Whoa, here come the Folsoms. Isabella running first. Hawkeye Road, though. The first of the Hawkeyes. 21st out of 28. 20 eliminations, but still, that's not where you want to be. Cheyenne Raya. Hawkeye Road again. Another debutant in Fraser Smith. Whoa, he's our first fail on rope lap. He will take last. Ooh. Rough go on Manjo Maze Mark II. He gets back in. He has a nemesis. Donovan Matoya. Emery Tower, he went for it. He went for the longer option because, like, there could be a bit of strategy here now that I think about it. Do you go for the longer option and just try to get as far as you can? Or do you go for the shorter option and try to get to Pythagoras quicker? But, risk losing out on a few spots. This Peg Maze is difficult and it has been failed before. Alvin Kong Chong Kwan. Never mind. Alphabet Parlay takes out another chatter. He will just take last. Around a third of a second. Exactly a third of a second, actually. Chris Deganji. He has a new personal best, but he's bested by Hawkeye Road. 28th out of 33. Ooh, just outside the bottom 5. Not where you want to be right now. The man who beat cyberspace, Jun Sato. Predecessor to Manjo Maze Mark II. Oh no! Saving on gate 5.
Oh man.
But he gets a 10-second penalty on gate 6, and that costs him. But he does take second by a significant margin from Schlageta. Joseph Meister. Saving on Alphabet Parlay. Getting to Pythagoras, timing out on gate 4. Taking third. Mr. Musso, Philip Scott. Saving on Hawkeye Road, failing on the last Hawkeye. 24th out of 36. Not good enough to guarantee himself a spot in stage 3 yet. You never know. Still got more than half of what's left of the roster left. Flashlin Ashland being one of them. Timing out on gate 3 of Pythagoras. Hayate Kajihara. Ashland getting just in the top 10. Kajihara, though. Stopped by a 10-second penalty on gate 4 of Pythagoras, and that cost him what little time he had left. But he does take third. Just got that. Good enough to move on for sure. Circus artist, Renee Castle. Hopefully he doesn't become known as a choke artist tonight. Although that may be a different story in NML. Which did have a few, which has been going through the quarterfinals recently. You should definitely check that out. Also, shameless plug for the Ninja Masters Discord server, where all this is taking place. Sorry, I haven't been doing those plugs recently. Had to get it in there. D-Render. And not going to D-Render. Oh, bested by Hawkeye Road. So difficult to find a number amongst a bunch of letters. So difficult. I mean, it's on a spinning cylinder. You have barely any. You can see through like a tiny square. It's so difficult. A lot more difficult than it looks. Daniel Gill. Oh, Memory Tower. I mean, you think, considering how well he's done at AEW, that the Power Tower should be no problem. But now you add the booby trap aspect. It becomes even more difficult than it already was. Luke Dillon. Ooh, stopped on the Spider Maze. Just outside of the top 20. Oh god, we're already now into the broadcast. Clement Gravier. I gotta pick up the pace. Why am I doing it on 90? I forgot I was supposed to do it on 135. I'm nearly getting to the back half of Pythagoras. Here comes Billy Dixon. Stopped on the pole maze. Ooh, 42nd out of 44. Oh no. Kane Lupsack. Ooh, Gate 5. Very impressive.
Only one clear so far.
One clear, and I believe Samyaj.
Yeah.
And it was not a Frenchman, believe it or not. Not yet anyway. Broke him. It will be a Russian. No! Gate 7. Oh, he did very well. He is a 4-time semifinalist for a reason. He worked hard to get there. Go Lewis. Spider Maze. Yeah. Taking out another chatter. Probably good enough to move on though. Cody Benoit. Will be the same for him. Pythagoras gets even farther. A few weeks ago, this man was a few steps away from reaching the final stage. Gavin Obi. Oh, hold on. The run to gate 6, I think. Damn. Fabian Scheibner finally got his moment a few weeks ago, but he's also stopped by Hawkeye Road. Tommy Matthews. Stopped on gate 2 of Pythagoras because he did incur a 10-second penalty. Ishay Halfin already has the new personal best. Never been to Manjo Maze before. Manjo Maze Mark II, anyway. Spider Maze takes him out of the Asa Lashesa Reynolds. He could clear for all we know. He will not. Failing on the warp wall of Memory Tower and the spider trap doors of the Spider Maze. Last of the Folsoms. It's Phil. Actually, I believe Sam's running later. Did he already run? I think. Nope. Sam's running later. And I forgot to loot the VGM as well. Damn. Hey, it happens. And look at this. A chatter making their 20th appearance on Omega. And it's a Canadian. Kai Diol. It's bested by the Spider Maze. Good enough to move on, though, for sure. Yeah, good enough. 23rd out of 55, but there's only 20 eliminations. They're good. And speaking of which, we're about to start seeing eliminations. Gil Morant's hopefully not going to be one of them. 42nd out of 55. Eliminates Alvin Tong Chung Kwong. Putting us down to 13 chatters. Fraser Smith on the bubble. We're going to lose another debutant. Move on now to the salesman. Yuji Urushihara, Joe Moravsky guaranteed to move on. Yuji getting all the way to gate 5, even with a 10-second penalty on gate 3. Eliminating a debutant in Fraser Smith, putting us down to 3. One of them is going to be best debutant. Maxim, McGuire, Morantz. And their last names all start with M.A. Damn. Billy Dixon on the board. Getting here is very impressive for a chat. Kane Koski, though, maybe the man to eliminate him. He is. Billy Dixon is out of the equation. He's down to 12 chatters. And D. Render is about to be eliminated. Look at this! The bottom 5 right now are all chatters!
Oh my god.
D. Render, Shine Raya, Jeffrey Ritchie, Kane Casillas, no! And then Fabi.
No.
That is genuinely depressing. Moritz Hans may be about to eliminate D. Render. And he will. D. Render's out of it. Shine Raya on the bubble, down to 11 chatters. We talked about the Frenchman having a strong possibility of clearing the stage. Matthias Norvell bringing us the moment of truth. He will not Spider-Man takes him out of it, but is good enough to eliminate Shine Raya. Down to 10 chatters. Jeffrey Ritchie on the bubble. It is an absolute bloodbath for the chatters right now. Charlie Ball may be about to eliminate this man in his second appearance on Omega. Kane Koski still guaranteed to move on. Not looking good for Jeffrey Ritchie. And Charlie Ball getting to Pythagoras. Very strong one. Putting us into single digits for chatters as we have to say goodbye to Jeffrey Ritchie. And the faux dragon is going to be eliminated next. Look at that. Both King Kosugi guaranteed to move on. Kane Casillas about to be eliminated. Dragon's doing one last dance. Saving your dance. Save on Hawkeye Road. Stopped on Pythagoras with a 10-second penalty on gate 1. Good enough to eliminate the faux dragon. Down to 8 shadows. Hopefully he does well in A&W. Gideon Sharif. The Frenchman.
Leon.
Allez, Leon! Oh! He had to refresh his stamina after going through the Spider-Man.
Oh, Fabian's gone.
Fabi is out of it. Another former LCS eliminated. Down to 7 shadows.
How many shadows did we start with?
I believe we started with 14.
Stage? In the stage?
In this stage, we started with 14 shatters. We started with 21 at the beginning. We started with 21. We went down to 14 in stage 2. We're down to 7 now. We may lose even more.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because look at that. Ethan Gardielski in the bottom 5.
Oh.
And we're going to lose our best debutant from last week, too. Because here comes Sam Folsom. Deganji is about to be eliminated. Sam Folsom getting to the middle of Pythagoras and eliminating Deganji. We will have a new, we're bound to have a new best debutant, a new person every week. El Azazi on the bubble. And the fact that the technician Tyler Smith is running next means that things are not looking good for Kareem El Azazi. Tyler Smith running next. Gate 3 of Pythagoras, after save on the wall of Memory Tower, eliminates Kareem El Azazi and puts Ben Behrens on the bubble. And unfortunately, Ethan Gardielski is about to be eliminated next. Meanwhile, the People Ninja, Sean Bryan, we're going into what's left of the top 10. Sean Bryan, gate 6 of Pythagoras.
Oh.
That is impressive for a chatter. 100%. Puts Ben Behrens on the bubble. We're about to have to say goodbye to Ethan Gardielski. The man who is about to make it so is Kai Beckstrand. And oh, wow! a timeout due to a 10-second penalty on Gate 6 of Pythagoras does eliminate Gardzielski. Easily eliminates Gardzielski, putting us down to 6. We've more than halved the amount of chatters we started with on stage 2. Aiden Wood on the bubble. And we do have another chatter in the bottom 5, Philip Scott at number 51. I don't think we've lost any women left, though. And who's about to eliminate Aiden Wood. Obligatory Matt Iceman impression, Vance Walker. And wow, Gate 7.
Oh.
It's called the Texas Ninja for a reason. Is it Texas Ninja?
Charles.
Is it Texas Ninja or Texas Walker Ninja?
I have no idea.
I always said the Texas.
Anyway, Pujad is on the bubble now.
Ooh. Frenchman about to be eliminated on the successor to Cyberspace. And Scalding Shores. And Mandro Mace, because the name. Duh. Maybe about to be eliminated by Kyle's. By the way, Vance Walker in his 25th appearance on Omega. By the way.
Whoa.
He only missed one tournament. That was around the middle of Omega 2. He easily holds the record in that regard. Anyway, Kyle Soderman. Timing out on Pythagoras. Eliminates Pujad. We have another debutant on the bubble. Gil Morantz. And Philip Scott. Donovan Matoyer. Are not. Oh my god. Wait. The bottom 5 right now are. The bottom 5 are all either chatters, women, or debutantes. Because for the chatters, we have Philip Scott and Donovan Matoyer. For the women, we have Katie Bone and Isabella Folsom, and Gil Morantz is a debutante.
Oh my god.
He's about to be eliminated by Taylor Green. The last woman standing from last week. Stopped on Gate 3 of Pythagoras. Does eliminate Gil Morantz. We're down to 2 debutantes. Isabella Folsom is on the bubble. Claudia Maxim or Ryan McGuire will be your next best debutante. Tatsuya Tada in his 19th appearance. He's about to eliminate one of the strongest women in Ninja history. Unless he chokes. He definitely doesn't choke. He gets to Gate 5, eliminates Isabella Folsom. Down, we didn't lose a female competitor, a woman, until now. Until this deep into the stage. Very strong competitor. Philip Scott on the bubble. Here comes the champ, Caleb Bergstrom. Hawkeye Road. Oh no, he's on the bubble. Oh. Caleb Bergstrom is on the bubble. As soon as his run ended, as soon as his run on stage 2 started, it ends. And it may have just ended his whole night. But, like, as if that wasn't already a shocking enough moment, it is still enough to eliminate Philip Scott. And again, like I said with Casillas, hopefully he does well in AEW. Bergstrom's on the bubble. Claudia Maxim now guaranteed to move on. So we move on to Josiah Pipel on his 20th appearance.
Josiah
Pipel. Also failing Hawkeye Road. He's out of it. Caleb Bergstrom. We need 2 insane chokes.
Oh my god.
From Feinberg and Erdos in order for the champ to stay in it, but we would have to lose both of them. My god. And that means Daniel Gill is guaranteed to move on. We now move on to Max Feinberg. Maybe about to eliminate Caleb Bergstrom for real this time. He does. Gate 4 eliminates the champ. Katie Bone is on the bubble. She's just gonna... Okay, one of these 2 is gonna move on to stage 3. Katie Bone or Jackson Erdos. It's time to find out. Jackson Erdos, 100%. And he stopped on Gate 4, and that'll wrap up stage 2. And I just closed the freaking clear overview music. And an ad just popped up. That's what I get for accidentally closing the wrong freaking tab. Alright. Katie Bowen is out of it, putting us down to 5 women. Claudia Maxim, Kenzie Hughes, Olivia Vivian, Abby Clark, and Taylor Green. 5 women left. Erdos, by the way, in his 20th appearance on Omega. That's awesome. Kill of the stage, obviously the Fabers, but other than that, a tie between Hawkeye Road and the Spider Maze. 17 apiece. That's crazy. 2 debutants left. Both of them are in the first 10 seeds. Claudia Maxim, Ryan McGuire. One of those 2 will be your best debutant for this week. How many chatters left? We're down to 7. I think. Robski. Latoya. They're looking for the chatters.
Oh.
Lewis. Diol. Sean Bryan. That can't be it, right? Let me, because Donovan Matoyer still. Robski. Let me check one more time. Matoyer. Lewis.
You know, we did like 5 shadows in like the bottom 5 before they were
Diol.
eliminated.
Sean Bryan. We're really down to 5 chatters. I thought we were down to 7. My math was completely incorrect. Boy, things are looking bleak for the chatters. Well, damn. We have all the top 10 left except for Caleb Bergstrom and Josiah Pipel. Oh boy. Number 1 running first in stage 3. We're gonna get into that right now. Hold on. What the hell did he just... Wait, oh, he all jumped it. I was about to say. Because I thought somebody just... It's a game that I play. Anyway, stage 3. We're going to kick that off right now. 25 obstacles. It counts every obstacle part. Also, I don't know why it says 25 obstacles. There's technically 10... with how many 0.2 mile runs there are. Yeah, we're gonna.
I am aware there's like maybe counting the the parts of Pythagoras like the gates, the runs, that stuff.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That may be the case.
Yeah. Okay, stage 3 is gonna kick off right now, or as soon as I can find the intro, because I have a script on my thing. Alright, folks, here we go. This world, like any other, has its landmarks. It has its highs and its lows. But this particular place is the highest peak, or rather, peaks of them all. Ladies and gents, stage 3 is Mount Borealis and Mount Beetlejuice. The official name is Twin Peaks. Mount Borealis consists of 8 obstacles, and this is a split decision upper body burnout stage. No rest points whatsoever. Double Devil consists of a combination of the floating steps and devil steps, each done consecutively. Giant cubes. This is the version from AMW 9. And it is competitors crossing 2 plexiglass cubes with only a small inset ledge at the top to grab onto. Arrow jumps from Proto Sasuke, of course. A series of overhead, slightly sloped boards that competitors must shimmy across and lache between. Used to be in Stage 7 and Omega 1 has been relegated to Stage 3A. donkey teeth. 6 bookholds placed in a semicircle as if they were teeth extended from a jaw. First introduced in the Shop Tank. Sharp Tank. I can't talk. Next, straight from Super Ninja, Cornice Alley. Competitors jump between 2 suspended square prisms, then cross 4 ascending cliff ledges at varying angles. Flying S-grabs. Kick, deep into the back half. Similar to the first half of Fallout, competitors must use the switch grips, one hand on one side and the other hand on the other side of a blockade to make 7-foot laches. This is from Sasuke Nitro, hosted by Kyle Fogel. And then, of course, the Heartbreak. 3 vertical boards, 2 horizontal boards, and a 2.2 meter jump. The only new obstacle so far on the stage. The last thing standing between these competitors and a shot against one of the legendary birds, Articuno. A buff version of the ice picks where the athletes place nunchucks with hooks in a series of small rings at varying heights and distances. And then there's Mount Beetlejuice. Another option, Helix Hang. And Mount Borealis is static-based obstacles. Mount Beetlejuice tends to use more dynamic obstacles. Helix Hang. Competitors cross spinning bars by grabbing the protruding spikes. It is identical to the double helix. It is first seen in A&W. The Kaleidoscope, the regular version. It consists of competitors turn away with cliffhanger ledges with slight lifts, which rotates the entire apparatus. And then the shades of the second and third boards and repeat the process. Wingnut Alley EX. Straight out of Muso. 5 wingnuts with direction changes and mid-air rotations. Not to be confused with Wingnut Alley from Muso, which had a different configuration. Nail Clipper. Hanging cylinders with thick affixed ledges that the competitor uses to rotate and lock into place, allowing them to progress between cylinders, invented by Calvin Boyce, used in A&W. Kicking off the back half is Tick-Tock Clock. From the Sharp Tank. 2 crazy clocks, each of which is followed by a hanging circle pendulum, in quotation marks, a second hanging circle, spins. Next, Thunderclap. Consisting of a pair of long boards with thin cliff ledges, one ascending and one descending, on center spinning axes with a sloper hold in between. Debuted in the WNL. The only new obstacle, the Monstro Inverter. Still no rest points. This is a burnout stage for a reason. Cross of Monster Climb and Inverter. Competitors lache across 4 spinning boards with cliffhanger ledges, rotating the board as the cross it, that's attack, before lacheing to the next board, and finally, another legendary bird in Moltres. An alternate version of Angry Birds. Top 40 advance. Bottom 15 are out. 15 eliminations this time around. We kick things off tonight. Once again with Benjamin Grams. See what he'll attempt tonight. Here we go. Try 90. Now Beetlejuice. We get to Nail Clipper. Very impressive. Claudia Maxim running next. Failing on Giant Cubes on Mount Borealis. Daniel Mason running next. Mount Borealis. Oh yes, all the way to the back half, failing on Cornice Alley. Very impressive. Ryan McGuire. And Claudia Maxim failed the Giant Cubes. So in order to guarantee himself as best debutant, just gotta pass 3.2. Ryan McGuire. What is he going to attempt tonight? Double Devil takes him out of it. Claudia Maxim, maybe your best debutant. fact, it's highly likely that she will, considering that she got farther than McGuire did. Considering they may both be out of it at the end of the stage. Unfortunately. Olivia Vivian running next. Mount Borealis failing on the giant cubes as well. Kenzie Hughes will the third time be the charm. Mount Beetlejuice failing on TikTok clock. Wow! We've only had and by the way, if you clear this stage, you win $80,000, and it is buffed next week. We've only had 3 people clearing on Mount Borealis, 1 on Mount Beetlejuice, and of course, of all people, it was Yusuke.
Of course.
So you can thank him for the monster inverter even being a thing in this course. Sean Arms. Mount Borealis failing on giant cubes. Then next, Michael Sherman. Howley Fair on a split decision burnout stage. He's never been to stage 7 in OMEGA³. Mount Borealis. Cornice Alley. Good enough for second. Good enough for second. Sutsu Uchimiya. Failing on the giant cubes on Mount Borealis. 9 runs in. Here comes the Weatherman. Can he finally clear an upper body stage? Same. Going for Mount Borealis. Getting into the flying S-grabs. Putting himself in first. Definitely moving on to stage 4. Well, I mean, not... he's likely to. Zach Stoles. Mount Borealis. Arrow jumps. That does put him in 6th. The only person whose name's not showing on the leaderboard right now. That's rough. Abby Clark. Mount Borealis and failing on the giant cubes as well. Ooh. Tough this. Will Slageta takes on Mount Borealis and fails on the arrow jumps after save on the giant cubes. Evan White going for Mount Borealis. Oh, hold on. Heartbreaker. Evan White. First to get to 3.7 tonight. Good freaking lord. Just did not have the stamina to get to past the Heartbreaker. If nobody clears this stage, it's gonna be because of the Heartbreaker. The addition of the Heartbreaker for sure. Dave Kavanaugh. Mount Beetlejuice. Failing on Wingnut Alley. Good enough for 9th. With 15 eliminations, that's not where you want to be. 9th out of 15. A lot of people. Mike Belalgazar. Taking on Mount Borealis. Failing on the Donkey Teeth. Drew Becker. How's he gonna fare tonight? He's gonna get back to stage 4, going for Mount Beetlejuice and failing on Nail Clipper. Nearly getting to the back half. Here comes K-Rod, Kevin Rodriguez. And he fails on Double Devil on Mount Borealis. Not the run he wanted for sure. He was absent last week. And Mount Borealis came back to bite him. Samyas, the man who just cleared Manjo Maze Mark II, takes on Mount Borealis and fails on the giant cubes. 12 out of 19. Not the run he wanted. Donovan Matoyer, he already has a new personal best. He's never been to stage 3 in this particular era. But he has been to stage 6 before. He may not tonight, though. Giant cubes. Takes him out. Another fail on the giant cubes. Oh, surely. I mean, this man tends to not do well on cliff-related stuff. See how well he handles it tonight. Jun Sato. taking on Mount Beetlejuice and failing on the Kaleidoscope, as I mentioned. Not good with finger strength. And all his time on Sasuke has never been a cliffhanger. Meanwhile, Joseph Meiser. Mount Borealis failing on the giant cubes. Ashwin Herbert, meanwhile, going for Mount Borealis, getting to Donkey Teeth. Just outside the top 5. Hayate Kajihara has to beat either giant cubes or the Kaleidoscope to get a new personal best. What's it gonna be? Neither. He won't even reach it. He fails on the Double Devil and is denied a new personal best in this era.
Oh.
For tonight, at least. The circus artist, Renee Castle. Mount Beetlejuice getting the Thunderclap. Wow. 3.6B. I'm all over the place today. The Kingdom Ninja, Daniel Gill. Going for Mount Borealis. Failing. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Fails on Cornice Alley. Does get to the back half, though. Good enough for 4th. Gets in the top 5, at least. Luke Dillon. Going for Mount Borealis. Not for long. Giant Cubes takes him out of it. And luckily, though, he's not in the top or bottom 5. 16th out of 27. Can't guarantee that's good enough to move on. We're going to start seeing Illumination soon as well. Hopefully, Clement Gravier will not be one of them. Mount Beetlejuice. Hold on, Thunderclap again. Takes 3rd from the Weatherman. Kane Lepsack now. Mount Borealis. Arrow jumps, though. He is in 14th out of 29. I think that might just be good enough to move on. Yuri Proknin. So Rip of Russia. That, on the other hand, is only good enough for last. Or tied with last. Yuri Proknin, not in a good spot. Double Devil. Bo Lewis. Also going for Mount Borealis, failing on the arrow jumps. Luckily, out of the top 5, might just barely be good enough to move on. It's going to be close. Cody Benaway. Mount Borealis, arrow jumps. So tough, this. And all of these obstacles are rated 7 or higher in Course Creator. It starts with 2 level 7 obstacles, then it goes to 2 level 8s, and 2 level 9s, and from then on is all level 10s. And then the legendary bird at the end. And no res points whatsoever is the ultimate burnout stage. I think Mount Beetlejuice might be slightly harder than Mount Borealis. I mean, really comes down to your skill set. Gavin Obi. From Mount Borealis. Borealis, though, Flying S-Grab's good enough for 2nd. Tommy Matthews. Who's, I mean, considering his last few appearances have been very impressive. How is he going to fare tonight? Going for Mount Beetlejuice, not particularly great, failing on the Kaleidoscope. And he is not in the bottom 5, but he is right above it. 29th out of 34. Issei Halfin trying not to repeat the same feat. He will! In fact, he'll do even worse. Failing on the first obstacle of Mount Borealis, the Double Devil. Again, so difficult, these obstacles. Every single one of them is rated at least a 7. Asa Reynolds. Giant Cubes. Oh, God. You gotta believe that is not the run he wanted on his 20th appearance in Omega. Damn.
Oh.
Here come the Folsoms, or at least what's left of them. Phil Folsom. Going for Mount Beetlejuice. And he reaches Thunderclap. Another competitor reaching 3.6B. Only one person's reached 3.7 tonight. That would be Evan White. Reached the Heartbreaker earlier tonight. Kai Diol in his 20th appearance in Omega. How's he gonna fare? Again, not great. Giant Cubes takes him out of it. Again, there's only 15 eliminations. We're a few runs away from seeing the first of those 15. Hopefully, it will not be Yuji Urushihara. Now, Beetlejuice, Kaleidoscope, though. 32nd out of 39, not good enough to move on yet. A lot of strong names failing early on these stages. Kane Koski, I completely forgot he was in here. Fails the arrow jumps, probably won't be here for much longer. Although I say that, he's in 19 out of 40. I think he's gonna move on. He might just move on.
Yeah, he's moving on.
Yeah, holy crap. So one of the Canes is moving on.
Old man Kane.
I mean, he's a half a century old, and he's still doing this well. Can't take these competitors for granted either. First elimination will be at the hand of Moritz Hans. Going to the flying S grabs, he eliminates Ishe Halfin. Yuri Broken next. And Ryan McGuire is in the bottom 5, which means I think we know who our best debutant is. It's going to be Claudia Maxim. Not the first time that the best debutant has been a woman. Matthias Noirel, maybe the man to eliminate Yuri Broken. Coming from Borealis. Ooh, failing in the arrow jumps. Probably good enough for sure. I mean, the cutoff is only one obstacle. Either double or the heel attack. Broken is out of it. Kajihara's on the bubble. Charlie Ball. Maybe the man to eliminate him. Mount Beetlejuice. Nail Clipper. Good enough to move on. And eliminate Kajihara. K-Rod's on the bubble. Damn. Xavier Dantzler now. Went from out. Borealis, not great at all. Double Devil, and Dantzler is out of it. And this now means that Luke Dillon, somebody's happy. We're going to see who it is in a bit. Ion Sharif, we've seen a lot of competitors so far on their 20th appearance, whose 20th appearances tonight fall early on the stage and they get eliminated. It's not bode well for this dude. Mount Beetlejuice, though, Nail Clipper. Eliminates K-Rod, puts Ryan McGuire on the bubble. Kai Heel is guaranteed to move on. Due mainly to Dantzler failing on Double Devil. Kai Gill's happy about that. Unfortunately, he's at the expense of Dantzler, but still. Clear as a clear. Ryan McGuire's on the bubble. We're about to lose. Second, we're about to be down to our last debutant. Sam Folsom may be the man to make it so. Mount Borealis getting all the way to Cornice Alley. Good enough to eliminate Ryan McGuire. And ladies and gentlemen, this confirms that Claudia Maxim is your best debutant this week. And I gotta put it in my notes really quick. And we've had 4 best debutants across this area. 3 of them have been women. B. Rubio in tournament 23, Grace Carr in 24, Chris DeGanzi last week, the only man, the best debutant, and Claudia Maxim does it tonight. How much longer will she last? Not much longer. She is in the bottom 5. Jun Sato, by the way, is on the bubble. The technician may be the man to put him out of his misery. Going from out Beetlejuice. Getting all the way to Thunderclap, good enough to eliminate Jun Sato. Tommy Matthews on the bubble. Left of the top 10, we start with Sean Bryan. Mount Borealis, getting to the back half, Cornice Alley. Eliminates Matthews. Yuji Urashihara, the salesman's on the bubble. Kai Bex ran right in next. Going for Mount Borealis, that's the wrong screen. Getting to the arrow jumps, good enough to move on and eliminate Yuji. Claudia Maxim is on the bubble. We're about to lose our last debutant unless we see a massive choke for all of what's left of the top 10. I highly doubt it. Vance Walker, in its 25th appearance in Omega, reaches the Heartbreaker and takes the lead from Evan White by a few short seconds. Eliminates Claudia Maxim. And that'll do it for the chatters. And we did lose a woman, too. Vivian, we're about to lose another one. Vivian's on the bubble. As Kyle Soderman runs next. Going from Mount Borealis. Oh, he might not last much longer.
Oh no.
Failing on giant cubes. Good enough to eliminate Vivian, though. Down to 3 women. Donovan Matoyer is on the bubble. We are going to lose another chatter. He's just going to miss out on stage 4. Taylor Green. Joseph Meister's now guaranteed to move on. Move on to Taylor Green. Going for Mount Borealis. Failing on the arrow jumps. Good enough to move on and eliminate Matoyer. Down to 4 chatters. Kyle Soderman immediately is on the bubble. Tatsuya Tada may be the man to eliminate. Mount Borealis. And he reaches the Heartbreaker. Good enough for second. Eliminating Soderman. Abby Clark is on the bubble. A few more runners to go. Feinberg. Erdos. Clark's on the bubble. Sean Arms may just miss out on stage 4. He's going to be P41. Let's see for a choke somehow from either Jackson Erdos or Max Feinberg. Mount Borealis. We will! Feinberg's out of it. Abby Clark might not make it. One of these two is going to move on. Abby Clark or Jackson Erdos. Mount Borealis. And did he just... He fails on the Heartbreaker, takes the lead from Vance Walker. Eliminates Abby Clark. Sean Arms just moves on. And that will wrap it up for stage 3. A hectic stage for sure. Down to 40. Killer of the stage. Giant cubes. By a factor of 0.33. Down to 40. 4 women. 2 women. Kenzie Hughes. And Taylor Green. One of these two is going to be your last woman standing. Taylor Green will be a repeat women's champion. But Kenzie Hughes has never been your last woman standing before. Down to 4 chatters. And they are Joe Moravsky, Bo Lewis, Kai Diol, and Sean Bryan. I think all of them... Yes, all of them have been your Chatters champion before. Sean Bryan is trying to do it for the 6th time to be your last Chatter standing. Trying to keep his Chatters championship on him. Shusa Ushimiya scrapes his way into stage 4. 4 chatters, 2 women, 5 stages to go. We're going to kick off stage 4 and round out the front half of the course. Right now, we are an hour and 44 minutes. I really need to pick up the pace here. Oh, boy. This is going to be a long one. Well, here we go. As you reach the halfway point of this course, you see a floating island in the sky. Way up there rests your next challenge. Stage 4 is New Babylon. It consists of 10 obstacles and does not have a time limit. It's divided into 2 segments. The Library of Babel is the horizontal segment. Crazy Hill Run kicks it off from Proto Sasuke. It is 2 angled platforms with a ring swing to transfer between them. It is rated as a 7. It's very difficult. Falling Shelves. This is the version from ANW 12. Because the ANW 13 version is significantly harder. 3 swinging X-shaped boards with ledges that the competitor shades across. The last board requires a reverse grab. So, swing edge before swing edge. Hourglass drop from ANW. This is the version from ANW 7. So, the configuration with this version is board, trampoline, board. Directly into time bomb. From ANW. 2 cannonballs affixed to rings shaped similar to a kettlebell that must be moved across a series of spinning hooks. Candelabra. A scrapped obstacle from Proto Sasuke, 5 wind chimes and 5 ropes attached to an overhead board on a pivot. Next is Lethal Library. Capping off the Library of Babel. Competitors climb up a tilting double steps rig that becomes descending double books once they reach the fulcrum. They then jump from a super tramp to a book slider. And then we have the vertical segment, the Tower of Babel. Kicking things off is the super lumberjack climb from Proto Sasuke, from the Sharp Tank, sorry. A version of the lumberjack climb that starts similar to the spider flip, requiring competitors to climb around a 90-degree upwards turn before beginning their ascent. So a mix of the lumberjack climb and the spider flip. Next is the On Guard ladder, Zudan. A mix of On Guard and the salmon ladder from Proto Sasuke. That's wrong. A version of the salmon ladder where competitors use the On Guard's telescopic bar to hop up rungs, some of which are blocked by plexiglass, forcing the competitors to retract the bar. Next is the standalone version of the elevator climb from ANW. Set of handles competitors use to climb directly vertical, sliding in the handles of a track they lock in whenever they are pulled down. Finally, the magic ladder from something. Competitors hang on from 2 triangular holds, pushing them upward so that they can be caught on pulleys, allowing them to ascend. No time limit for obvious reasons. Anyone who clears this wins, I believe, $100,000. No time limits. Again. 30 move on. 10 will not. Last 10 eliminations of the front half of the course. We're going to kick it off right now. Benjamin Grams. Number 1 runner still in it. But for how much longer? Time Bomb cuts the run short. It is rated as a 9. It's very difficult. Daniel Mason running next. Reaching Lethal Library. Very strong run on his 4th appearance. Kenzie Hughes trying to become your last woman standing. She's got to best Taylor Green in order to pull that off. How will she fare on New Babylon? I almost forgot the name of the stage. Falling Shelves. Taylor Green knows what she has to do. Sean Arms. Saving on Time Bomb, failing on Candelabra, good enough for 2nd. Going to Daniel Mason. Michael Sherman. Also failing on Time Bomb. Sutsul Uchimiya. Falling Shelves. Tends to be the killer of the stage, but that was when the AW 13 version was a thing in this course. Weatherman. Joe Moravsky. Also failing Falling Shelves. Not catch a break on it for body obstacles. Zach Stoves. Never mind Falling Shelves. And this is the easier version from AW 12. Shalagata. Oh, wow! On guard ladder! Will Schlageta, in his second appearance, gets all the way to the last move of the on-guard ladder. It should be 10 moves, but apparently it's 11. I need to fix that. It's so difficult. Evan White right next. Trying to get back to the back half. Gotta do well on New Babylon. He will! Elevator climb! Swiftly takes the lead from Schlageta. Dave Kavanaugh. Never faced anything like New Babylon. This is a new type of stage, mixed progression, in terms of Omega anyway. Hourglass drop. Such a difficult obstacle, and it's directly into Time Bomb as well. The Balgazar. Saving on falling shelves, failing on Time Bomb. Shrew Becker. Also failing Time Bomb. Time Bomb is a 9. It is very difficult. And Samayan's make it back to the back half of the course. Candelabra, 5th out of 14. There's only 10 eliminations. He needs one more person to do worse than him, and he's moving on. Will it be Joseph Meissner? Time Bomb, 6th out of 15. Samiyach is going to the back half. Oh boy, I'm curious to see how he handles it, especially with that rock climbing stage coming up. Ashlyn Herbert, first time reaching past stage 3, gets to the elevator climb. Wow, that was close. Renee Castley, meanwhile, Time Bomb, 8th out of 17. Not good enough to move on yet. Daniel Gill. Now it's good enough for Renee to move on, because Daniel Gill is our first victim of the Crazy Hill Run today. And again, it is rated a 7, so it is very failing. Daniel Gill is probably out of it at this point. Luke Dillon, meanwhile. Oh, hold on. Lethal Library nearly reaches the vertical segment. Clement Gravier. Also failing Lethal Library. Failing on the Devil Steps rig segment. Kane Lepsack get to the back half of the course. Come on, Kane. Oh, he definitely will. On guard ladder. Nearly reaching the second half of the vertical segment. Bo Lewis. I believe they've been to the back half of the stage of the course before. I know that much. I think that. He's made 23 appearances. And in that time, I don't think he's been past stage 5 once. All we know, that could happen. With multiple misses on Time Bomb, getting all the way to the on-guard ladder and putting himself in the top 5. Definitely good enough to move on. Tony Benaway. Lethal Library. Takes him out early on. Probably good enough to move on, though. Gavin Obi. And he gets revenge on this stage, to say the least. Saving on the on-guard ladder, but failing on the elevator climb. I don't think this stage is even possible to clear. Nobody's reached the magic ladder yet. Maybe I should just remove the... Should I remove the elevator climb or the magic ladder?
This part is unbeatable. Like, no one's beating it. It's not even like into 0. It's just whole numbers. So I see, probably want to nerf Tower of Babel.
Yeah, the vertical segment for sure. Either removing elevator climb or the magic ladder. I want to keep the on-guard ladder. Because, like, this stage is not meant to be clear anyway. It's not, I don't know if it's, like, if we're offering a cash prize for someone beating this, it's not meant to be impossible. It's Reynolds, meanwhile, in his 20th appearance, getting all the way to the end of the horizontal segment. Actually, now that I think about it, we have seen a mixed progression stage before. In Viking, it was Final Viking. Because you have a horizontal rope and a vertical rope. That's the same progression in terms of directional progression as this one. Anyway, here come the Folsoms. Starting with Phil. Oh, hourglass drop. Oh, the 3-time semifinals may be out of it. Oh, Kai Diol trying to get back to the back half. He will not. Falling shelves. He is in the bottom 5 at the moment. We're going to start seeing eliminations soon. Kane Koski. Can he get back to the back half of the course? Nope. Falling shelves again. He has a nemesis for sure. Ritz Hans. Beat the library. Nearly reaching the Tower of Babel. T.S. Noirel. Oh my god, elevator climb. He takes, of course the Frenchman takes the lead from Evan White. Hold on. Charlie Ball, can he get to the back half of the course in a second appearance? Time bomb, not what? You know what? I think he might. I think he is.
Well, people are getting eliminated, so there's I think there's 10 people left, and he's just sitting. Yeah, he is.
He is guaranteed to move on. In his second appearance, he's going to the back half of the course. Where did this dude come from?
He got added because he just turned 15. Like, he's been a
Oh,
top
that's fair. That's fair. Charlie Ball, one of the youngest competitors in Ninja Machine, he's going to the back half of the course in his second appearance. His first was at the end of OMEGA² Caleb Bergstrom did the impossible. Kane on the bubble, we move on to Ilion Sharif. Candelabra puts him in the 15th, eliminates the Dragon. Uchimiya on the bubble. Last of the foursomes, it's Sam. Fellow Barnbird is watching on as he reaches the elevator climb and takes first place. Uchimiya's out of it. Kai Diol's on the bubble. Damn. So close to the back half. Man, to make it so, maybe the technician, Tyler Smith. As he fails time bomb, Kai Diol is out of it. Down to 3 chatters. Moravsky, Matoyer, Brian. Speaking of which...
Is Bo Lewis still in? Bo Lewis? Bo Lewis?
Oh, Bo Lewis, sorry. Moravsky, that's embarrassing. Moravsky, Lewis, and this man, Sean Bryan. Oh, hold on guard ladder. Sean Bryan's definitely moving on. Eliminates Kenzie Hughes. Which means Taylor Green, I think by default, is your last woman standing. Unless she somehow does worse than freaking Kenzie Hughes did. I mean, we'll have to see. Kai Beckstrom reigning next. Oh no! Fails on the falling shelves. Eliminates Zach Stolz, puts Moravsky on the bubble. We're going to be down to 2 chatters. Lakazar is guaranteed to move on. That means Beckstrand, we may be about to say goodbye to him. Anyway, Vance Walker. The library. Save on Candelabra. Eliminates Moravsky. We are down to 2 chatters. Bo Lewis, Sean Bryan. Taylor Green right next. All she's got to do is move on. She, by default, will be your last woman standing. Let's see how she does. Yeah, she's definitely moving on. Which means she is your last woman standing. Eliminates Kai Beckstrand, puts Dave Kavanaugh on the bubble. And that means Taylor Green, for the 5th, she's now your last woman standing for the 5th time. No woman has done it more than 3 times. Except for her. Tatsuya Tada, with Dave Kavanaugh on the bubble, runs next. Getting all the way to Lethal Library. Eliminates Kavanaugh. Puts Phil Folsom on the bubble. One of these two heavy hitters is about to be eliminated. Phil Folsom or Jackson Erdos. And it is Phil Folsom that will be last to be eliminated. True Becker squeaks into the back half of the course again. We're down to 2 chatters and 1 eliminated. No debutants left. We already decided that Claudia Maxim is your best debutant this week. She will be number 51, number 27 next week. Taylor Green is your last woman standing. And one of these two is about to be your last chatter standing. Sean Bryan or Bo Lewis. Oh, boy. This is going to be a match for the ages. One of these two is going to be your new Chatters champion. Will we have a new Chatters champion? Will we have a retaining Chatters? Will Sean Bryan retain? Or will Bo Lewis snatch the championship out of his hands? Killer of the stage, Lethal Library got a factor of 1. Lethal Library with 9, Time Bomb with 8, Falling Shelves with 7. Close between the top 3. Most fails on an obstacle. Down to 5 of the top 10. Sean Bryan, Vance Walker, Taylor Green, Tatsuya Tada, and Jackson Erdos. Now move on to the back half of the course. We're just over 2 hours in. This is going to be a long one for sure. I seriously need to work on pacing. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Back half of the course. From here on out.
To be fair, we did start later, like an hour later than usual.
Yeah, because I didn't want to overlap with freaking NML. Which again, go check out NML. It's very cool. Anyway, stage 5. Turns out that the summit of New Babylon was a portal. Anyone who enters it is taken to an unknown region of space. At first glance, it seems to be just a bunch of floating rocks and boulders. Unbeknownst to the 30 that remain, this is where the back half of the course begins. Ladies and gents, stage 5 is the asteroid belt. It is a rock climbing stage consisting of 6 obstacles. Circle climbing kicks it off from Kosasuke. It is rated as a 6. 6, dang. Horizontal wall traversed with circular protrusions for the competitor's hands and feet. Dino Domain from Muso. Competitors climb the underside of an L-shaped plank like Spiderfoot, then dino up to a series of thick cylindrical jugs on an inverted wall, created by Phil Scott for a scrapped Gauntlet concert. It's not from Muso, it's from the Shark Tank. That's my hang climbing from Sasuke. An inverted rock wall that the competitor climbed with their hands and feet. Clearly the bane of Toshihiro Takada's existence. Actually, nope, that's Spiderfoot. Or just stage 3 again. Devil Roof. A shallow pitch descending and an ascending inverted rock wall, similar to hang climbing with more difficult holds. Debuted in Taiku World. Have to look that up later. Rock Crumble. A rock crumble on the other side of a flat wall from the WNL. And finally, easily the killer of the stage. The Magic Wall. Muscle Hickey from Kunoichi. A rock wall on a tall rectangular prism that requires the competitor to cross to the backside and climb up a face that tilts backwards. 5 faces, the 4th of which is inverted. No time limit for obvious reasons. If you clear from here on out, you move on. If you don't, you don't. You're out. Clear rate from last week. 30 in stage 5, 12 in stage 6, 7 in stage 7, 1 in stage 8. How many will move on to exit the Earth's atmosphere and enter interstellar space? Only time will tell. Running first. Whoop. Gotta put the BGM back. There we go. Running first tonight on the back half of the course, our number 1 competitor is still in it. Benjamin Grams. How's he gonna fare on a rock climbing stage? He is a parkour athlete. Oh, maybe Devil Roof. Close. Let me turn down the BGM a little bit. There we go. Daniel Mason. Not a debutant, but probably close. This is his 4th appearance. Oh, hold on. Oh, no! Denied by the last face of the magic wall. So close. Next is Sean Arms. First time reaching the back half of the course, this era at least. Devil Roof. It's cut short on the rock climbing stage. Michael Sherman. Saving on Devil Roof only to fail on the rock problem. It is rated as a 9. A lot of people. Slagata in his 2nd appearance. He is a biochemist. How good is he with rock climbing? Saving on circle climbing and failing on hang climbing. Not great. Evan White. Never mind. He will not get a new personal best. He will not get the stage 6 for the 2nd time in his career. Mike Balagazar in his 4th appearance gets to the back half of the course, and he's bested by the Devil Roof. Drew Becker, former semifinalist, the inaugural semifinalist, is denied by the magic wall. Samyach finally getting to the back half of the course, and now he has to face a rock climbing stage. And he's bested by the Devil Roof just as quickly as he got there. Ugh. There are rest points, by the way. Joseph Meissner. Never mind. Things are looking grim. Herbert. Never mind. Hang climbing. Renee trying to get back to stage 6. He will not. Luke Dillon. He won't. Javier, he's done it before. And he will do it again. We will have a stage 6. Oh, it took nearly half of what's left of the roster to do that, though. Lebsack. Not tonight. Here it comes. The battle of the 2 remaining chatters. Bo Lewis. Never mind, he fails circle climbing. So all Sean Bryan has to do is just beat circle climbing, and he will be still the Chatter's champion. And the last Chatter standing for tonight. Cody Benaway, meanwhile, just trying to get as far as he can. He's going to stage 6. His first stage 5 clear, and it's the freaking asteroid belt. Save on hang climbing as well. Damn, only 6 attempts into his Omega career. Very impressive. Gavin Obi, surely. He's done it before multiple times. Not tonight, hang climbing. Oh, God. To see these big names going out this early, it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow. Reynolds. Also failing on Dino Domain. Moritz Hans. Saving on hang climbing, but failing on the last space of the magic wall. He passed the inverted segment as well. He just had to do that last one. Still at the 2 clears so far. Matthias Neurel, he's done it before as well. Not tonight, Dino Domain. Things are looking grim, folks. Charlie Ball. He's going to stage 6. Look at that. In his 2nd appearance, he's going to stage 6. He's 1 for 1 on of all things, the freaking asteroid belt. It's actually crazy. Well, these competitors are capable of. Ideal Sharif, meanwhile, fails on the circle clip. Here come the Folsoms. Sam Folsom. He's going back to stage 6 for the 5th time in his career. Down to 4 right now. Tyler Smith, the technician, failing on circle climbing. Rock climber can't do the easiest obstacle on the stage. Yeah, no. I feel like I should nerf this. Right.
So it's kind of like I guess it's very inconsistent of how people do it. Like in one tournament we saw like 15 people clear it, and now we're seeing an absolute massacre on it. So it's really just gonna depend on which stage has the better day.
Yeah, this stage in particular, it's a weird case. Sean Bryan, all he's Sean Bryan, all he's got to do is pass circle climbing, and he will be still your Chatter's champion. To become your Chatter. Okay. Winner of this match, and still your Chatter's champion, the Papal Ninja, Sean Bryan. He's now done it for the 6th time. The only other person who's done it more than 3 times, the only person who's done it 4 more times, is Jack Andrews. Sean Bryan has now done it 6 times in his career. Anyway, Vance Walker. Out of Shatters. Vance Walker handle. Yes, he can. He's going to stage 6 for the 11th time in his career. Vance is going to stage 6. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Taylor Green, can she do it again? Yes! Taylor Green is going to stage 6. Things were looking grim. I mean, my God, we may not even have double digits in stage 6. No, we're not going to. The most we can have is 8. My God, I gotta nerf this stage. Tatya Tata, meanwhile, failing on Devil Roof. Jackson Erdos, our only finalist in this era. And of course, he moves on. We're down. Oh my God, we're down to 7.
Exactly 10 people reached Magic Wall.
Oh God. Killer of the Stage is Dino Domain. That's and Devil Roof, close second. One of those two has got to get replaced because that's first half heavy stage for sure.
This stage is fine as it is. Like, it's really just gonna depend on what's gonna happen. Like,
It is very.
like no one's gonna. You can have a bloodbath or just absolutely get this stage is get murdered. Like,
Yeah.
it's either gonna be easy for these competitors or hard.
It is such a weird case, though. For sure. It's very wildly inconsistent. Last week, we had 15 at one point, we had 12, and now we have 7. Gravier, Benaway. Look at that. Cody Benaway and Charlie Ball, by the way, getting here. One of the first few appearances, very impressive. I mean, one of them doing it is crazy. Both of them, very impressive. We still got a lot of heavy hitters left. Now we move on to stage 6. I feel like stage 5 is kind of filler at this point. Because, it's definitely, well, not filler, but, it takes the shortest amount of time by far on, I think, any of these stages. But yeah, stage 6. We have your last woman standing. All the chatters are out of it. And this is where we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it. Here we go. 3 stages remain. We are now entering interstellar space. As our destination draws closer, however, the stars around us appear to be stretching. And rather than looking like little dots, they seem to look like lines. It's almost as if we're approaching light speed. Ladies and gentlemen, Stage 6 is FTL, Forlorn Twinkling Lights. It consists of 11 obstacles and is divided into 2 segments. Let me get the stage 5 clears. There we go. Spin Bridge EX2 from Musa. It is Spin Bridge, but with 8 balls, and each one of them has a diagonal transition. Minefield, a classic obstacle from A&W. A series of cones and cannonballs that you must traverse. V-Wing to Cargo. From, I believe, Ninja Warrior Germany. Yes. You better swing from a thick converted V-hole to a cargo net which they must descend. Next, Earth. Just Earth from Super Rider, but without the bike. Essentially, you're walking on a big freaking ball to get from one platform to the other. All about balance. It is very difficult. I believe it's rated 8, if I recall correctly. Finally, capping off the time segment, Blue Shift. Magna Rocket Dragon. A super tramp to a giant post. The competitor then shimmies 90 degrees around the post and jumps to safety. Alternatively, super tramp into Hostile Toby or Hop Rocket in 3. From versus Morales. The time limit is 95 seconds. Only then will you reach the untimed segment of Red Shift. First is Jawbreaker. From the qualifiers, the harder version. Competitors hop a bar into locking cradles at a 45-degree angle, repeating that movement a total of 3 times. The third crater hangs straight down, requiring a mid-air upwards thrust, similar to the bear trap maneuver. Directly into Sleepy Sidewinder. Sasuke 39 Sidewinder with a spinning wall of pipe in front. It is rated as a 9, very difficult. Ultimate Frisbee. Competitors build up momentum while standing on the swinging pendulum and jump through the first of 2 spinning discs and lachey across. Next, nice paint job. Thanks. Competitors lachey between sideways rotating boards using the fixed handles, and I forgot to change the last obstacle, so the last obstacle is pretty much free. In comparison, at least to the pinch border from Muso. Air Server, or the handholds are vertical limit ledges. There's only one very small hop in the middle compared to the usual Air Server, and it is assumedly created by Caleb Bergstrom, our most recent champion. Finally, capping off the stage, Over Under from the AEW. Competitors lachey to a bar which either tips forward if enough weight is put on it, or backward, which affects the difficulty of the lachey to the next bar, invented by Kevin Brecky. No time limit on Red Shift. 7 remain. We have a wipeout on stage 6 for the first time in several weeks. Since Omega 1.
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere in Omega 1.
Yeah. It was in stage... It was in tournament 5. We only had 2 people, Samayach and Lewis. Which, by the way, Jay Lewis hasn't been on this roster in a minute. I just now noticed. And neither is Yusuke. Which is very interesting. I did not even think about that until, like, some time ago. Jay Lewis nor Yusuke. Neither of them made it to the roster this week. Jay Lewis hasn't been here in a while. I forgot he existed. Which is crazy, because he's our first champion. But anyway, we're going to kick off Stage 6 with Clément Gravier. Find his freaking nameplate. Right, there we go. Clément Gravier. He's beaten Stage 5 for the 10th time across his 23 appearances. How's he going to do on Blue Shift tonight? Makes it with a few seconds left. Makes it to Red Shift. And BGM got, or Red Shift got deleted. So I'm gonna have to do this run. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look this freaking video. Come on. May take a bit. That's interesting. There we go. Found it. Clément Gravier moves on the Red Shift. OMEGA³ can become a 5-time semifinalist. All he's got to do to pull that off is to beat Redshift. It is anything but easy. I believe we've seen people fail it before. Sleepy Sidewinder is rated as a 9. Not a problem for Gravier. Pinch border. Gravier is going to stage 7. We will not have a wipeout on stage 6. Thank God. He's been to the back half of the stage. He knows what he's up against. It's going to be interesting to see how these competitors handle it at this point. And look at this. Cody freaking Benaway gets to stage 6. He gets a Redshift. No! Oh, dude. Half a second. Denied a shot at Redshift. Look at that. Blue Shift is failed. Unfortunately, it was proven at the expense of Cody Benaway. Very impressive to get here this early in his career. Charlie Ball, probably even more impressive because this is his second appearance and his first attempt in OMEGA3. Probably fair on Blue Shift. Not well, Spin Bridge. One clear so far. Here come the Folsoms. Sam Folsom, last of the Barn Birders. He beats the Klaxon, moves on to Redshift. He has a new personal best. His previous PB was Spinbridge EX2. He's trying to become a 4-time semifinalist. All he's got to do now is to beat Redshift. He's never faced this before. He's beaten Luna in Forbidden World, but this is a whole nother animal. Ultimate Frisbee. Nice paint job. Saving on the third handlebar. He's going to stage 7 for the first time in this era. We're down to 2. 3 runners left. And all of them are in the top 10. Next to run tonight. 5-time semifinalist. Trying to make it 6 tonight. Vance Walker. Saving on Earth, but he fails on the Magna Rocket Dragon and is denied another shot at Redshift. Cannot catch a break on FTL. Oh boy, Taylor Green can do the unthinkable tonight. She could become a 2-time semifinalist. No woman has ever done that. She's got to be FTL first, starting with Blue Shift. Clearly, she can handle it. Oh, with a few seconds to spare, she's going to Redshift. Come on, Taylor. Again, we've never seen a multi-time semifinalist. Never seen that happen with a woman. Taylor Green could be the first. Redshift. How much farther can she go this time around? Clearly, she can handle the saving on that first pillar. There are 4 of them. Come on, Taylor. Nearing the halfway. No! Ultimate Frisbee. Still down to 2. Oh. We could have a repeat of tournament.
The tournament where Tommy Matthews and Yusuke Morimoto were the 2 people left.
21.
Yeah, 21.
Could have a repeat of that. Or we could have a repeat of tournament.
An OMEGA1 tournament. I don't know which one, but it's probably a similar one.
Tournament
we are facing.
17, where there was 3 people in stage 7. The most we can have is 3, which is absolutely nuts to think about. And the last of which could be our most recent and only finalist of this era, Jackson Erdos. Saving on Minefield. It's close. Does beat the Klaxon. Makes it to Redshift. Jackson Erdos is trying to become a 6-time semifinalist. Vance Walker could not manage to pull it off tonight. What happened with Jackson Erdos in his 20th appearance on Omega? Okay, get another shot at the afterlife. Redshift. He is is the #1 ninja in the world for a reason. He's a 5-time finalist, semi-finalist, and a former finalist for a reason. We know he can handle this. He is an NSC champion, and he's a 6-time semi-finalist. We're down to 3. Oh boy. Look at this lineup. Clement Gravier, Sam Volson, and Jackson Erdos. All that. Down just 3. No women, no chatters, no debutantes. They're all gone. All about the boys in Stage 7. This is where, for lack of a better term, this is where shit hits the fan. Here we freaking go. And look at Jackson Erdos in his 20th appearance becomes a 6-time semifinalist. And he could repeat a feat only done by Jay Lewis and Tyler Smith and become a consecutive or back-to-back finalist. Not semi-finalist, finalist. What am I talking about? Here we freaking go. 2 stages remain. This is where things get crazy. Usually at this point, there's an Afterlife themed stage, and that's no different this time around. It's normally, however, an split decision upper body gauntlet. In this new universe, though, the realms of the Afterlife have merged. So now, instead of having a choice of one of 2 upper body stages, now the 3 that remain must face them both. Stage 7 is Amalgamated Afterlife. It consists of 12 obstacles and is the most difficult upper body gauntlet in Ninja Machine's history, to my knowledge. First is Devil Books directly into the Doorknob Delta. It is a mix of the Doorknob Grasper and the Rumbling Dice. Split decision between Big Red, a difficult cliffhanger with multiple crazy jumps, and Vertical Limit EX with multiple backwards transitions. Hell's Gate, a twist on the floating monkey bars with an ascent, a forward section, and a descent. Dragon Back directly into 7 circles of hell. Ring toss, sky hooks, ring jump, and final ring consecutively. Once you do all that, you're only halfway back. Next is Utopia. Sky hooks, the Ferrix version, directly into the Upwinder. Split decision again between the Cliffhanger Odyssey and the Altitude Limit. Kicking off the back half of Utopia is the Flying Bar Triple Deluxe. A mix of the Noah's Ark, the Northeast Regional Flying Bar, and the infamous Bear Trap. Next is Island of the I-Beams. It's only been reached twice. A mix of the I-Beam Flip and the Hinge. And finally, last but not least, of course, the Phoenix himself, Hoa. A buff version of the Kaleidoscope with 7 sets of progressively thinner ledges, the last of which requires a cross grip. It is a sloper grip. It's only been beaten once. The man who did it is here tonight. We're going to see him run later. But the most difficult upper body gauntlet in Ninja Machine's history, to my knowledge. And the question that caps off this tournament tonight: will anyone survive? And that was pretty much perfectly timed. Here we freaking go. 3 athletes now face a twisted, contorted version of the Afterlife that we're all familiar with. First to go tonight, former finalist, 3-time finalist, and a 2-time champion of Ninja Warrior France, former finalist of Omega, Clement Gravier, in his 23rd appearance, takes on Amalgamated Afterlife for the 2nd time in his career. The last time he got here, He got all the way to Utopia before failing on the Ferrex Skyhooks. See how we handle it. See how he does. Allez, Clément Gravier, Dystopia, Devil Books. He's been past this point before. He's been way past this point. He knows what he's up against. Doorknob Delta, still no rest points. This is going to take a bit longer than the Devil Books, for obvious reasons. Then he's got to do that split decision. What is he going to go for? Big Red. There are two big crazy jumps going for that first one right now. He's got it. Leftward move. And another crazy jump to cap it off. Yes, Hell's Gate. He's taken out a lot of competitors in the past. Especially in Sasuke Nitro, where it was introduced. Past the Ascent. Now for the Across segment. We've seen multiple people fail here at this point. Now for the Descent. And there is a rest point between Dragonback and SCOH that is a visual arrow. Dragonback should be no problem. I mean, to say that, if he saves on the first slide, we did see Yusuke fail on this a few weeks ago. And that ended Tournament 24. 7 circles of hell now. We know he can handle this. Ring 1. Now for the ring. Going through the ring toss. For the second jump. Got it. Skyhooks. Gravier has been to this point before. He's been past this point before. He's been past this obstacle before. In OMEGA² and in OMEGA3. He's beaten this multiple times. Ring jump. Now for the Descent. Final ring. Just a track and a dismount away from the stairway to heaven. Can the tragic hero of Omega conquer the highway to hell? Going for the dismount. On final ring, Clément Gravier is going to Utopia. Oh boy. He's been here before. Last time he got here, he failed on the Ferrex Skyhooks. He is one obstacle away from getting a new personal best on this, or in this era. All he's got to do now is conquer the highway to hell. Now, the stairway to heaven. Utopia for a new personal best. Ferrex Skyhooks directly into the Upwinder. Gravier, he's got it. Upwinder. He's got a new personal best. Oh my god. He knows what he's up against. There's a chance he could reach the final. Gravier would become a 2-time finalist. And doing it on this stage would be nuts. Going through the Upwinder. Last pillar, split decision. And he chooses altitude limit, saving on the first ledge. This is the version with 2 ledges, 1 more ledge away from the back half. No! Gravier! He took a risk going for that vertical limit, and it bit him in the ass. Oh, after a save on that first ledge too, there is no... This is the point of the stage where, as if there wasn't already low enough room for error as is, there is 0 room for error here. And I believe... Does this next one have a BGM? I will have to check. No, he doesn't. Okay. 2 athletes remain. And running next is Sam Folsom. He's number 89. This is his first time attempting Amalgamated Afterlife. Oh boy. I'm curious to see how he can handle it. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Folsoms. Dystopia. Fellow barnbirders watching on. Isabella, Phil, everyone at the King Jesus Barnbirders is watching Sam Folsom trying to kick Satan square in the ass. Doorknob Delta. No one can handle it. Going for Big Red. First jump. He's got it. Leftward movement. Second jump. To reach the back half of Dystopia. Got it. Hell's Gate. This is probably one of, if not the most difficult obstacle in the Dystopia segment. Got the Ascent. It's the Cloud Ladder on steroids, essentially. Kyle Foley's version of the Cloud Ladder. Or, depending on which one came first. Cross section. Now for the Descent. Got it! Dragonback! Nothing he can't handle. You did see Yusuke fail this a few weeks ago, so you know he's gotta put some time into this one. 7 Circles of Hell. He's a 4-time semifinalist. Skyhooks. Looking good so far. Still got a lot of stamina left. Ring jump. Just gotta take a bit more stamina out of him, because it is a longer segment. Going for that track on the final ring now. Can he reach Utopia in his first attempt on stage 7 tonight? He saves on it as well. Wow. Sam Folsom has conquered the highway to hell. He's kicked Satan square in the ass. Now, he faces the highway to heaven. Oh. That's what it all comes down to. Sam Folsom, Jackson Erdos, in order to take the lead from Gravier, he's just got to beat either the altitude limit or the cliffhanger Odyssey. Let's see who he does. Utopia, Ferric Skyhooks. First. Ring on the magnet. Diagonal jump down. No res points yet. Directly into the Upwinder. The remaining 2 competitors, for these 2, this is their 20th appearance on Omega. And my God, they're gonna make it a big one. One more up pillar before he reaches that second and final split decision. What's he gonna be? Altitude limit. We saw Gravier fail here earlier. 2 more ledges. 1 more. Can he handle it? Yes! Flying bar triple deluxe. Sam Folsom is onto the back half of Utopia. Very few people have reached this point. They are few and far between. Northeast Regional Flying Bar. Still got a long way to go. Still got this Island of the I-Beams and Ho-Oh left. Bear Trap segment. A few Flying Bar cradles. A few people have gone past this previously. Can he handle that Bear Trap maneuver? Come on, Sam! Yes! Island of the I-Beams! Sam Folsom, Gavin Obi failed here earlier. 2 other people have reached this point. Obi, Erdos. Erdos failed on this first beam. Sam Folsom saves it. The only other person who's gotten this far is Erdos. And we know what happened. Got that second jump. Now for the second beam. And you have a shot against the Phoenix. Second beam Come on, Sam. Got it. Holo. Can he handle it? Orange. No way. Yellow. Green. Blue. Indigo. Violet. No. No way. No. No. Oh my god. Sam Folsom. How? Oh god. He did a Joe Moravsky. He did a Moravsky. Oh no. The literal last jump of this stage. My god, that was close. But hell of an effort from the barn burners. And unfortunately, they are out of it. And just like that, we're down to 1. Oh boy. Oh god. That was painful. That was genuinely painful. One athlete remains. We know what he's capable of. He is our newest finalist. He's a 6-time semifinalist. His 20th appearance in Omega. The #1 ninja in the world, Jackson Erdos. The first to face the third impact. The question is, can he do it again? 12 obstacles away from pulling that off. If he fails at any point, this tournament is over. In order to become your last man standing for the 2nd consecutive week, he must beat this stage for a 2nd consecutive time. Dystopia. We know he's capable. Sam Folsom's definitely capable. The only thing that stopped him was Ho-Oh. Erdos, though. I just now realized this is the 2nd era where Ho-Oh was the last obstacle in Stage 7, because the first one was in Rainbow Road in Omega 1. Doorknob Delta. Split decision. He's going for Big Red. Nothing he can't handle. First jump. Leftward move. It is final or bust for Jackson Erdos. 2nd jump on Big Red. Back half of Dystopia now. Hell's Gate. Looking great on stamina so far. Got the ascent. Now for the across segment. It could end at any moment. We saw Yusuke. He saves on the across section. Yusuke failed on Dragonback. And the last thing I expected anybody expected Yusuke to fail on the stage and ended the tournament. And the same thing happens with Jackson Erdos. Oh my god. What a way to end it. Jackson Erdos shares the same fate as Yusuke Morimoto a few weeks ago. Failing on Dragonback. And we end this tournament on a Stage 7 wipeout. Sam Folsom is your last man standing. Let's have a look at tonight's leaderboard. My god, that was painful. Kane Madzellen just missing out on Stage 2, P76. P56 was Katie Bone, just missing out on Stage 3. P41, Abby Clark. P31 was Phil Folsom. And all he could do was watch as his fellow barn burner Sam was bested by the Phoenix, 1 jump away from the final stage. Last shatter standing, Sean Bryan. Last woman standing, Taylor Green. Best debutant was Claudia Max. Let's have a look at tonight's leaderboard. Daniel Mason, Drew Becker, Moritz Hans, Charlie Ball, Cody Benaway, Vance Walker, Taylor Green, Jackson Erdos, last out of the top 3, Clement Gravier, Sam Folsom, just one jump away from the final. Until next time, this has been Omega 3 Upper Limit. My name is Cameron Coldcloud. Fare thee well. What a painful way to end it. My God.